You'll have to let me know below what are your goals for 2020, either with writing, reading, life, all the fun things. You'll have to let me know below what those are because I absolutely love to hear what you guys have to say. Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to my channel. Can you guys believe it is the year 2020? This is crazy. Like, how? How is it the year 2020? We are back again to the roaring 20s, and I'm really excited to see what this decade brings for the world, for myself, for my family, just for everybody. It feels like the new year for me personally was not just the start of a new year, but the start of a new decade. It just feels so much like this fresh, clean slate. And with that, I realized that this past year, we'll just speak in terms of numerology. So last year for me was a personal year number 8. And if you know anything about numerology and the number 8, it's all about action and getting things done and being productive and just motivation and ambition and pushing forward, which I had a lot of and I did a lot of in 2019. But now that I am in a personal year 9, because it turns over at the turn of the new year, personal years, universal years, all of that numerology, it goes the number 1 through 9, and then you have master numbers 11, 22, 33. But we won't get into that because it doesn't apply here. For anybody going through a personal year number 9, it's a year of kind of finishing what you've started, endings, and completing cycles that you have been going through for the past 9 years, or any point within that 9-year cycle. You are wanting to kind of close it out so that when the year 2021 comes, for me personally, and I restart at that year number 1, I'm ready to go on setting a whole new stage. So for me, what I want to do this year, and it just feels so right to be doing this, is I want to kind of finish all the little things I started, whether that's in my relationships, like things around my house, the 2 books I'm writing. I really want to put as much effort as I can into completing things that I have started, and boy do I have a lot of unfinished projects. So this is going to be the year where I either decide to completely scrap something and just be done with it for good, or finish it. Those are my only 2 options. I'm not allowing myself to postpone things any longer unless they're just not ever going to happen. Then kick it out of my life. That being said, it's not like I won't start anything new, because you sometimes get these unknown opportunities that come into your life, and you either have to take it or you lose it. So I'm going to be open to possibility, but at the same time, my main focus is just going to be on making the things in my life that are already existing the best I can. Not that during a personal year 9, you're like, okay, this is the end of a cycle, this is the end of something, so you have to like end everything or get rid of everything. I don't mean that I'm going to be doing that. I want to make the things that are working in my life really shine, and the things that could use some work, I need to put some work into those areas and really make it shine. That's what I'm going to be doing this year, but this video is more about kind of my first quarter goals. I might include a few personal goals in there just so you know what I'm up to. Starting with my writing goals, what I had said about my last year was personal year 8, just go, 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 get things done, do all the things. I was very happy with the amount of work that I got done. But if you've seen any of my past goals, especially starting at my summer goals video, I bit off way more than I could chew in the summer. And then by the fall writing goals, I realized, I have these lofty goals, but I never can reach them because I just bite off like triple, quadruple what I know I can do. Again, personal year 9, reining it in. I know there's only so many hours in a day, and I have a lot of other commitments, so writing, it's not necessarily taking a back burner this year, but it's not going to be the end-all be-all, strive, get things done that it was last year. I'm going to fit in my writing time as I can, usually in the car when I'm picking up Boston from school, and weekends are really good for now until Wrigley starts kindergarten in the fall, when I can just have so many more hours in the day to get things done, then I won't have to work weekends anymore. But for the time being, I will just kind of break down the very minimal. Although it's only really 2 goals, it still involves a lot of work and a lot of time. So I'll just tell you what those are so I'm not being so vague. These 2 goals I have for writing are going to span from January 1st to March 31st, so that first quarter of 2020. And those goals are, number 1, I'm kind of taking the month of January to just get my bearings on this new year. And I'm going to do a lot of things around my house, hang out with my kids a lot, hang out with my husband a lot, and just kind of reconnect with the people in my life. So the writing itself, I had all these high hopes to join and do NaNoWriMo like I did last year. It was such a fun and energetic and productive NaNoWriMo for me last year. But this year, and I had full intentions even at the end of December to jump in and just start NaNoWriMo, but I'm sitting this one out. Not that I'm not going to be writing, because I am. I just kind of realized what is the most important thing, who are the most important people in my life. They need my attention more than my writing at this time. So my writing, like I said, is kind of going to be taking more of a middle burner, not a back burner, but like a middle burner, at least for the month of January. But come February and March, that's when I want to, over those 2 months or month and a half, just try to get it done as fast as I can, but by putting enough effort in. I want to finish the Nano novel that I worked on in 2019, which is book 2 of my trilogy. I want to get that first, I want to get that first draft completely written, and then that one can go on the back burner. And my second writing goal for this first quarter is just to edit the next chapter in book 1, which is in the second draft status. I want to be able to read through and edit and just kind of tweak and change anything I need to as I am submitting to my critique group. We just got 2 new members in December, so now we are a total of 7 people. So I'm critiquing 6 other people's work, and 6 other people are critiquing my work. So 7 of us working away at helping each other grow and learn and become better writers. And it's just a local group here I have that is so much fun, and I have learned a lot about my own writing, my own process, and how people are responding to what I'm writing, and it's just been great. I have chapter 16 in for submission right now with my critique group. We are going to meet on Sunday, the first time this year, on January 5th, for 2.5 hours to critique mine and a couple other people's work, and I'm really excited about that. But basically my goal is just to keep up and be submitting as often as I can, which is usually every 2 weeks. And I'm almost at the midpoint of my book as far as what my critique group has seen and what I have submitted. So it feels good to know that almost half of that first book has been seen by people, and the feedback I've been getting is just, it's great. And a lot that I can work on, a lot I can fix. And I'm just really excited to put those changes into play when I run this first book through draft 3, which will probably come into my second quarter of 2020 goals. So as far as personal goals go, I'm just wanting to get my health in order and my life in order. Just create a sense of balance in all the areas of my life, which is so much easier said than done. And going back again to numerology and astrology and all that, I'm a Libra rising sign, so you would think, oh, Libras, they're so balanced, they're so lucky, they're so balanced. No, not at all. If you know a Libra who's really balanced, they're probably trying to fool you. The whole reason we incarnate, especially a Libra rising, is to learn how to balance. And I'm not good at balancing anything. I'm usually, whatever it is I'm hyper focused on, like gets 90% of the weight on the scales, and then the other 10% is just floating like, hey, I'm still here. That's my life. But not this year, because I'm trying to balance those scales out so that I can lead a more productive and happy and healthy life. So as far as my health goals go, I'm already a vegan, but I want to just eat more clean, cut more of that processed stuff that I tend to go to because it's a quick, easy meal to make. I want to do more whole food, plant-based, obviously plant-based because I'm vegan, but more whole foods, less processed foods. I just feel so much better when I'm fueling my body with the proper nutrients, And also, as far as health goes, I want to, and I started on January 1st. Okay, so I know a lot of writers in this authortube community are runners, or they do a lot of 5Ks and half marathons and marathons, and I totally bow down to you. Ever since we'd have to run the mile back in gym class in elementary school, middle school, high school, I've just absolutely loathed and detested running. Again, like, I look up to people who run and like, wow, I wish I could be that guy, but I absolutely hate running. For personal goal, I am having myself run 1 mile every day in the month of January. It is currently January 3rd. I've not run my mile today, but I ran January 1st and January 2nd, and it's just as hard as I remember, if not harder, because my mile time is a lot less than it used to be back in school. And even though I hated running, I used to be pretty fast at it just because I wanted to get it over with, and I think I need to channel or tap back into that to try to get faster and just get it over with. And another health thing I'm doing every day for the month of January is I'm doing a plank for 3 minutes. And no, I cannot hold a plank for 3 minutes, and probably won't be able to by the end of January, but it's something that I'm just doing to just try to build my stamina so that I can be more energetic and hold more energy and just be more energetic in my life. And as a writer, I do lead a pretty sedentary lifestyle when I'm working, but you know, chasing my boys and doing all the things, I still feel like I get a decent amount of activity, but I think with the running and then the planking and all that, I'm gonna get a lot more activity than I normally would. So that's my health and kind of personal goal. And another personal goal is just to do more self-care when I'm feeling overwhelmed and need a breath. I need to make my self-care, my mental health, the priority, so that I don't allow that anxiety to take over, or just the stress of having to accomplish things take over my life like it did last year. And I'm feeling like I'm ready to slow down and really take care of all the areas of life and not just barge through it like I did last year. I just really want to slow down a little bit and take care of organizing my home. That's another big one. I did that life-changing magic of tidying up back in January of 2016, so it's already been 4 years ago now. And all the areas that I did, I never made it all the way through because I don't remember, like, life just got crazy, so I kind of stopped probably about halfway through that process. But every category that I had gone through in that life-changing magic of tidying up, and if you don't know what that is, it's this book. It's on my shelf somewhere. Here it is, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, and then the companion or the sequel to that, which is Spark Joy, which kind of breaks down how to do this method, the KonMari Method. I highly recommend these for people who just want to get their life together, maybe get rid of the clutter and lead a slightly more minimalistic lifestyle, which I'm striving to do. When I did it in 2016, the categories that I actually made it through, looking around my home, those things are still in pretty decent order, and the consistency of keeping up with those things has been way easier than the things I never got to that are just a complete hot mess. Starting January 1st, I went through my closet. Does this outfit spark joy? If I were in the store right now, would I buy this shirt again? If the answer was anything but, yeah, I would. Get it out of here, because I can't have all the clutter in my life. It just adds to that imbalance that I'm trying to balance out. It's not all going to happen probably in the first quarter, but I'm going to get a good start on it. Hopefully I can get my life in order as far as my organization and clutter control around my house, and just keep the things that really we need to use on a daily basis or that really bring us joy in our lives. And then on to my reading goals for this year. Last year I set a goal of 30 books over on Goodreads because I thought, you know, that's a lot of books. I ended the year reading 52 books last year, so I hit it out of the park. But because I am trying to put more care in all the areas of my life, I may not have as much time to read this year as I allowed myself last year, so I did set the goal. It's still higher than last year. I set it on Goodreads for 40 books, to read 40 books this year. I keep saying next year, I think, because I just kept thinking 2020 is in the future. No, 2020 is now. We're right here, right now. I'm thinking if I can just kind of try to keep about pace with what I did last year, I should be just fine. You may be wondering, well, why didn't you set any authortube or YouTube goals? Whoever is meant to see these videos or subscribe to this channel is going to do so, and whoever isn't. I mean, it's out of my control, and it's not even something I would want to control, to be honest. I just like seeing what unfolds. I just want to watch what unfolds. So that's my YouTube goal, is just to keep that sense of excitement and happiness where my channel's concerned and just watch what unfolds. That's my YouTube goal, my authortube goal. That's just a quick glimpse into kind of my first quarter goals, about a little bit of personal stuff, my reading and my writing goals. You'll have to let me know below, what are your goals for 2020, either with writing, reading, life, all the fun things. You'll have to let me know below what those are, because I absolutely love to hear what you guys have to say, and I love to see the conversations that get started down in the comments. It's always so fun. I'm just so glad to be starting my second year, even though my 1 year anniversary of authortube is not till May, but this is, started in 2019, now we're in 2020, so this is my second year technically on authortube, and I'm really excited to see what this year brings for that. Here's to wishing you a very happy 2020, a very productive and beautiful 2020, where you can accomplish your goals and do all the things you've always hoped and dreamed to do. I will see you next time. All right, bye!